All right, let's get right into it. There's a huge new fight brewing online, and it's not just about clicks or some tech squabble. This is a battle over something much bigger. Who gets to define what we know as fact? And that really boils down to this one massive question, a question that feels more important today than ever before. Who gets to write our history? Seriously. And the wild part is, the answer is being worked out right now, as we speak.
Yeah, because this isn't just, some story about two websites trying to get more traffic. No. This is a real clash of ideas, a major test for AI, and really a power struggle for control over the world's information.
All right, so let's meet the players in this fight. And first up, we've got a new challenger stepping into the ring.
And that challenger is Grokipedia. It's an AI-powered online encyclopedia, and it's being launched by none other than tech billionaire Elon Musk. So yeah, this move basically puts one of the richest people on the planet up against one of the internet's oldest and most established institutions. And Musk has been really clear about his motives from day one. He's not hiding the ball here. He says his goal is to create an alternative to Wikipedia that's, well, closer to conservative viewpoints. He's been openly attacking Wikipedia, calling it woke, and he's also gone after the sources it uses, like the New York Times and NPR. So what you have here is a fascinating showdown. It's two completely different visions for what knowledge even is and how we should share it. I mean, you really couldn't get two more different contenders. In one corner, you've got the heavyweight champion Wikipedia. It's been around since 2001, it's a nonprofit, and it's built entirely by human volunteers from all over the world. And in the other corner, you have the brand new challenger, Grokipedia. It just launched in 2024. It's a for-profit project from his company XAI, and it's fueled completely by artificial intelligence. And to really get a sense of what a David versus Goliath situation this is, you have to understand just how massive Wikipedia is. We're talking about the 9th most visited website on the entire planet. Think about that. For perspective, something like Encyclopedia Britannica doesn't even make the top 100. Wikipedia is just an absolute monster of a website. But it's more than just the traffic numbers. Wikipedia really represents this older idea of the internet, right? This more democratic, open vision. It's a nonprofit, there are no ads, and it's just powered by people who genuinely believe that knowledge should be free for everybody. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do these things actually work? Because when you look at the rules of the game for each one, that's when you see how different they really are. Let's put them side by side. First, who's writing the articles? For Wikipedia, it's human volunteers. For Grokipedia, it's the Grok AI. Okay, what about editing? Well, Wikipedia is famous for letting pretty much anyone jump in and make an edit. That's kind of the whole point. Grokipedia, on the other hand, you can only offer suggestions through a form. And maybe the biggest difference of all is the goal. Wikipedia is shooting for a neutral point of view. Grokipedia is openly trying to be closer to conservative views. I mean, you can't get more opposite than that. But, and this is in a really interesting twist, for now, the new challenger is actually using the old champion's work. Yeah, some of Grokipedia's articles have this little disclaimer that says the content is adapted from Wikipedia itself. Now, Musk says he wants to stop doing that by the end of the year, but it's a pretty fascinating detail right at the start. So, you might be wondering, okay, but does this actually change what's in the articles? Well, let's take a look. If you pull up the entry for Donald Trump on Wikipedia, you'll find sections on things like conflicts of interest, a luxury jet from Qatar, and a crypto token. Over on Grokipedia, those details are just gone. And it's not just about other political figures. Let's look at the entry for Elon Musk himself. Wikipedia has paragraphs talking about a hand gesture he made that a lot of people saw as a Nazi salute. But if you check out Grokipedia's article on its own creator, that whole subject is completely missing. So when you see examples like that, you realize this is way more than just a business competition. This is really becoming a philosophical battle over what truth even means in the digital age. And look, Elon Musk's vision here is huge. He's not just building another website. He calls an AI encyclopedia super important for civilization and even a necessary step toward understanding the universe. I mean, that's about as ambitious as it gets. But the Wikimedia Foundation, the people who run Wikipedia, have a very direct, very powerful response. Their position is crystal clear. Wikipedia's knowledge is and always will be human. Their argument is that AI models like Grok can't even exist without first learning from all the human-created knowledge that's already out there. And they also kind of throw in a little bit of historical context, right? They point out that lots of people have tried to make alternative Wikipedias before. The message is pretty clear. We've been here before, we've faced challengers, and our human-powered model is still standing.
So, where are we right now? Let's take a look at the scoreboard as we head into the next chapter of this whole saga.
First off, the sheer size difference right now is just massive. Wikipedia has more than 7 million articles in English. Grokipedia, it launched with less than 900,000. So yeah, that is a huge gap to make up.
But, and this is really important, you have to remember that Grokipedia is literally labeled version 0.1. This isn't the finished product, not by a long shot. This is just the first move, a clear signal that a lot more is planned. And that brings us right back to the big question at the heart of all this. Are we watching the beginning of a whole new AI-powered future for how we get our information? Or is this just another AI experiment that's mostly interesting because of the politics involved? I guess we'll have to wait and see, because the internet is definitely going to decide.